Alrighty, people. Is this the microphone?
This is the mic check 1 2.
Mic check 1 2 3. I am Taff Smith. I'm here. You guys can introduce yourselves.
I'm Dr. G. Y'all should know me by now.
I'm Madeline.
Welcome to the Everything Under the Sun podcast, brought to you by STHM and Klein College at Temple University. This is an artsy podcast. We're going to talk about some music today, maybe get into some movies, some other stuff later on, but today we are talking about the new J. Cole album, The Fall Off, which he said was going to be his last album, but it took him all of 2 days to announce that he's not actually retiring. And then we have the new Baby Keem Casino album, which is a kind of a personal take on his story, I guess. And then the new North Philly's own Jill Scott's To Whom It May Concern. And whatever else comes to mind. So people, how are we doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm so excited to talk about some music.
Me too.
I'm good. Yeah, very excited.
So, the first idea, because this was really kind of what brought this whole thing together, the Jill Scott album, I think, is what we should lead with. Maddie, what were you thinking about it?
I really liked it. I still haven't watched her Tiny Desk, to be honest.
That's okay.
But
I didn't know there was
I need to
one.
watch it. Yeah. I think Beautiful People is my favorite song. Yeah, I don't know. What do you have to add?
So, I'm a huge Jill Scott fan, right? North Philly's own. Her last tour, I was first row. I'm there, right? And so when she announced that an album was going to come out, obviously I'm excited. And then when I saw the date, I'm like, the day before Valentine's Day, I'm thinking, okay, we're going to get a whole bunch of Lover Girl music. And it was different than what I thought. I thought it was going to be very R&B heavy, if that makes sense. Yeah. But in this album, it sounds like that she played with a whole bunch of different sounds. And I can appreciate that. I think one thing about Jill Scott that I love is that she has found a way to develop her sound and is not afraid to play around with different sounds. I think that's how she remains relevant. And so I thought it was a more eclectic album for her. That's kind of how I saw it. And so, yeah, I don't know if I have a favorite yet because I'm still trying to work through it because, again, it was a shock for me. It was a little different than what I thought it was going to be. And so that's kind of where I am. But I'm not going to ever say Jill Scott put out a bad album. He has never in her life put out a bad album. This is not a bad album. But it's just different. It's just different for me. But what did you think, Taff?
Yeah, of the 3 albums, that we had mentioned in the intro, I mean, the Jill Scott album, I didn't expect this to be the album that I liked the most, but it feels like the one that that is the most built to stand the test of time.
Yeah, that was my favorite too.
Because it is, like you said, the production is adventurous.
Yes.
You have songs my favorite song on the album is either Pressure or The Math.
Love The Math.
The Math.
Love The Math.
The Math is awesome. But then at the same time you have songs like Northside and Biggest Pimp of the Year. It's just a fun, soulful, it's fun, but it's also introspective. You get to ride the highs and the lows of it. Yes. And I think that is what makes it a good project. It also, she's so versatile at this point, because sometimes when you have an album that does all these different sounds, sometimes it feels like you can tell the artist is doing it for the sake of doing it, and it's not really in their wheelhouse yet. Yeah. So it feels like a detour. But with Jill Scott on this album, it just feels natural, and it's well done.
I think that's because of how much of a dynamic artist she is. When you learn about her background and how she really started off in the church and then theater, and she has all of these sounds. She's a poet at the foundational level. So, she's never afraid to just try different things. And so, yeah, I think the album was dynamic, completely different from what I thought it was going to be, but different is not bad. Different is just different. And so, I'm proud of her for continuing to stand the test of time, kind of like you said. And at the end of the day, she's going to continue to just give us more incredible albums. So, it was great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a new Jill Scott listener.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love to hear it.
I think I like the sound of her older albums more just because I like the more like R&B compared to I guess like the more upbeat album. Like yeah, I was kind of expecting like more like her older sound, I guess, but I did really like it. Yeah, I liked it was fun.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, that's a great word. That's a great word to describe it.
Yeah.
Great word, for sure. But yeah, she definitely threw me off because I saw it was the date for me. I'm like, the day before Valentine's Day. What is she getting back to, the first couple of albums, Jill? But she didn't, which is cool. So it was a good album.
And like a couple other things that I like about the album was, being in North Philly, seeing the rollout happen. Because, you saw the To Whom It May Concern posters around the city.
Yes!
That's super cool. That made me feel gravitated towards the album.
Yeah, no, me too.
Like, I got to be a part of it, I feel like when I see stuff about cool album rollouts, it's typically on Instagram or whatever. And to find out about an album through walking through the real world, I think we need more of that today.
I agree.
So yeah, I liked that. Also, yeah, like, standing the test of time, what other artists, like I would say, probably Alicia Keys and Jill Scott are about the same age, right?
Around, yeah, I'd say.
Alicia Keys is probably living her best life, but Alicia Keys didn't put a JID feature on her album. So it's like, you can tell Jill Scott really has an ear and is in touch with music today. And it's just really cool to see an artist like that be able to still put out a quality product, not feel like they are stuck in 2005 or whatever.
Right, yeah.
So yeah.
Because some artists, they make another album and it's like, please,
Yeah.
why did you release this? But I was very happy with this album. So.
Mm-hmm. Like, somebody that comes to mind when you say that is none other than Mr. West.
Uh-oh.
We can bleep that out. But yeah, so that's what score would you guys give the album out of 10 before we move on to the next one?
I will give it an 8. And a part of that 8 is, like you said, she is so intentional from the brilliant rollout. Because first of all, we just have to bring rollouts back because everybody thinks they're Beyonce and think they can do a surprise album. You are not Beyonce, you cannot do a surprise album. There needs to be an intentional, strategic rollout. So from the brick and mortar posters, we're walking, to the train and we see, her album rollout. Her Instagram rollout was also very intentional. Her features were very intentional. It was very Philly. And so, yeah, I give it an 8 because the rollout was great. And although the album was not what I thought it was going to be, it was still a dynamic album. Like I said, Jill Scott does not produce and put out bad albums.
Mm-hmm.
So she stays true to who she is. So I really liked it.
Yeah, I would also give it 8 out of 10. Like, it does seem like she did take her time with it. It has been, 11 years?
It's been a long time.
Yeah, since she released her last album, and it does feel like it is, like, her coming back to music because it's, like, her passion. It felt like a passion project, and I definitely, got that listening to it.
Yeah. And before you respond, I have to add one more reason why I give it an 8. I give it an 8 because I still feel like it was somewhat lacking, like, a classic Jill Scott record.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I was looking for. Like, just give me one classic. I know that we don't necessarily have to go back to 2005, but I just want, just a classic Jill Scott, super soulful, slow record. That's all I was looking for.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't mind with her playing with sounds.
That's true, yeah. Maybe maybe a couple weeks from now, something will start to feel more like a classic on that album. But yeah, when you say that, I didn't really think about that, but when you're listening to albums front to back, you can kind of get that feeling like, oh, this is the smash hit of this record.
Yeah.
And yeah, I didn't really get that feeling when I listened to this album. But one thing you said a couple minutes ago, it was like, it wasn't what you expected. And man, I sound like the biggest Jill Scott fan in the world today. I think the mark of a great artist, guys like Tyler, the Creator, Jill Scott with this album, Kendrick Lamar, you have, the first listen, it doesn't always click because you go into it expecting the sound of the last album because you enjoyed it so much.
Great point.
Right.
that's what happened with the Baby Keem album to me, kind of. But before we get into that, you guys both gave it an 8. I was also going to give it an 8, but I got to be different. I'll give it an 8.5.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
On to the next one. Baby Keem's Casino. I'm curious, because I made y'all listen to this pretty much.
Yeah.
What do y'all think? Be honest.
I liked the second track. I don't remember what it's called.
Casino.
Yeah. Title track.
Yep.
Right. Okay. I did skip a few songs, and the other songs were just okay. But I did really like this title track.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't listened to any of his other music. That was really the first time I've heard of Baby Keem when he mentioned it, to be honest. Yeah. I
Cool.
don't know.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I've heard of Baby Keem because wasn't he on records with Kendrick?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've heard of Baby Keem, but in my head, like as a millennial professor, I have bad stereotypes about Gen Z rappers. And so I'm like, it's just a whole bunch of mumble rap, this, that. So that's what I was expecting coming. I'm like, fine, I'll listen to it. Taff said, listen to it, I'll listen to it. But I listened to it, and it surprised me. So this is what I learned about Baby Keem. Like, I think this is all Baby Keem and not his features, but like he raps, he has different rap cadences, like in rap styles.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. I thought that was very unique. And so, yes, he can rap, but I thought sonically, I was really surprised sonically. Like there's some instrumentation in there.
He produces a lot of his own stuff too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So again, somebody who's never listened to anything Baby Keem other than tracks that he's on with Kendrick, from what I heard, I thought it was sonically a good album. Now, I probably say I prefer like the first few songs. Like I was really vibing the first few songs. And then in the middle, I'm like, so I'll skip this, I'll skip that, kind of like you said.
Yeah.
But there were some songs that I really enjoyed, and it really shocked me because, you know, I let students contribute to the class playlist. And so whenever I see millennial rappers, I'm like, nope. But now I may actually consider Baby Keem because his album wasn't bad, but you're the Baby Keem guy. You're the Baby Keem fan, so you can accurately judge how good this album is within his discography. So I really got to hear what you have to say.
Yes, so before I get into Casino, the new Baby Keem album, if you guys even remotely enjoyed Casino, you gotta go back and check out The Melodic Blue.
Okay.
That's his debut project, the one that came out in 2021, and it had the record with Kendrick, like, top of the moment.
Yeah,
So, like,
yeah.
it's just a fun album. Baby Keem produced the entire thing front to back, and
Wow.
my hot take that I have, that a lot of my friends think I'm crazy for, is The Melodic Blue is a classic, more influential record than people give it credit for. There are just so many fresh sounds on that album. It's great. And it's such a fun, groovy album. It opens up with a banger, and it is just all the way through. Feels like the All-Star game, kind of. Because you got Kendrick features, Travis features, Don Toliver features.
Oh, wow.
Even though I don't really love Don Toliver and Travis Scott individually.
Yeah. We didn't establish that as a pod. We don't, but it's fine.
Yeah. But, okay, with Casino, you know, like, Baby Keem is clearly, from the jump, on No Security. Like, he's letting you know this is going to be a personal album about who he is. I mean, he grew up in Vegas, and, you know, he talks about a lot of personal stuff on this record, which I think is very cool. It's always, I love hearing, you know, personal stuff. But I do think with songs like, I mean, when we go from, you know, No Security into Casino into, track 3 was Birds and the Bees, and then track 4 was Good Flirts with Kendrick.
Mm-hmm.
And it just feels like, kind of what I was saying earlier, like, he takes too many detours for this to be a fully personal album. Like, I mean, I love Casino. I don't like Good Flirts at all. And, like, the song Dramatic Girl at the end, it feels, like, so sugary, and, like, it was put in there to, like...
What do you mean by sugary? Explain sugary.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so, like, poppy, and
Okay.
I mean, and like I love pop music, but
Right.
like it feels like it wasn't substantive. It's like a starburst, like
It's not him.
Yeah, I mean, Baby Keem has, well, yeah, like, it doesn't feel like there was heart behind it, because Baby Keem can make a pop song. 16 is a great song. It's a song on the Melodic Blue. But yeah, I was a little let down. I'm still kind of processing it, because I had really high hopes. But for me, I mean, my favorite songs, well, my least favorite song is Good Flirts, because let me just
Yeah, I
say
don't
that.
think I liked that one.
Yeah.
I think that was the one I skipped. I feel like I would have liked this more if it was an EP. It was just like a really strong song. So I feel like there were some songs that like
Could have stayed in the vault.
yeah,
Like-
yeah.
Like, Good Flirts, that production is so bare bones, and like, you can put out songs with bare bones production, but, you know, you have that for 4 minutes,
Right.
and
It's lazy.
yeah, it just, like,
Yeah.
and you can tell they had fun on the song, but I don't think that, like, when we waited 5 years for the new project, and Baby Keem is kind of this mysterious, elusive guy who came out of nowhere with such a grandiose project in the Melodic Blue, you gotta, if you want to put out Good Flirts, I think you do it as a single after the album.
Yeah.
But the Sex Appeal song with two short features on
Yeah.
across. We got one on the Jill Scott album and one on the Baby Keem album. Sex Appeal is fun. Circus Freestyle is really the Baby Keem I was hoping for.
So he gave you a classic Baby Keem record. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I don't even call it a classic because it's like, it kind of had a similar feeling to when 21 Savage and J. Cole did A Lot, and then on the off season, J. Cole came out with My Life. It was like, y'all loved me and 21 Savage rapping over a soul sample, let's do it again.
Yeah.
And so like you know the song Family Ties with Kendrick Lamar and Baby Keem?
Yeah.
Circus Freestyle kind of feels like that, except there's no Kendrick feature. I'm kind of hoping that Baby Keem kind of does what Tyler the Creator did, putting out Don't Tap the Glass after Chromacopia.
Okay.
Because I just love Baby Keem's fun music, and I don't know, it just feels like he would go like with a personal song, and then would be like, hey, hold up guys, I'm still fun. And then it was like,
yeah. Come on, man.
And it just felt so much like a detour.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to see him fully lean into one side and then fully lean into another.
Yeah.
So do you feel like it was like disoriented and disjointed?
A bit, yeah.
Okay.
I would give it, right now, it's so, I hate to say it, but it's like a 6.5 to a 7 out of 10 for me.
Okay, yeah, we can't, I don't think we should grade it because we don't really know him enough. But, you know, I thought it was a sonically sound album. But what I will say, earlier you said, you know, his first album was incredible. That's your favorite album. I have a theory when it comes to, like, certain artists. Like, I don't know if they will ever top that first album. So, like, for example, Lucky Day, I'm a huge Lucky Day fan. I thought his first album was absolutely brilliant. And I'm unsure if he will ever be able to top that, because that's before the industry comes in and tries to, you know, do their thing in his sound. And so, I'm not saying the same thing for Baby Keem, but I'm saying that it may be hard, you know, to get back to that foundation. But you have something to say?
No, I was gonna say that.
Okay.
Yeah. Along those lines, yeah.
Yeah, it can definitely happen. I mean, have y'all ever heard of Nilüfer Yanya?
I have no idea who that kid is. Who was that?
I'll send y'all her stuff. She, like, her first album, I still listen to it to this day. It's called Miss Universe. It's great. And, like, every album since then, it just doesn't hit the same. So, yeah. Also, I kind of feel that way with Remy Wolf just a little bit, even though I love her stuff. But, yeah, hoping that all of those artists can surpass the debut album.
Yeah, it's just a theory I have. It's tough. It's tough. Lucky Day, I think, his Painted album, I have the record on my wall. I think it's just a great album. But every album after that, like, I think his recent album, Algorithm, is relatively close. Like, I think that's, like, for me, that's, like, one of the best albums in the past 2 years. But, like, that came close, but it's just hard. It's just hard once the industry starts to get in them.
Mm-hmm. Creep in, try and make you the most appealing, kind of lowest common denominator.
Like deadlines come in and money and
Yes, contracts, pressure, it's a lot. Grammys,
right?
You know, people doing things just to win Grammys. I've seen it. We'll talk about that at a later date.
Yeah. I want to have a Grammy episode on this show.
We have to, since we have Grammy U over here.
Yes,
Miss Grammy
we do.
U.
Yeah.
Speaking of Grammys, and also you mentioned, like, we were talking about albums surpassing other albums. J. Cole, new album, The Fall Off. Mm-hmm. Like we said, he said it was his last album. We don't know what's going to happen. I feel like whenever artists retire, they aren't actually retiring.
Yeah.
I'm Googling real quick. Has J. Cole won a Grammy? I don't think he has.
Yeah. That's a great question. I don't think he has either.
Okay, he got 2.
Really? For what?
He got one in 2020 for A Lot with 21 Savage. And then in 2024, he got one.
What did he do in 2024?
I don't think he put out anything. Oh, no, AI thinks that J. Cole made Luther. But
that's why you can't listen to AI for everything. But okay, but he got the one with 21 Savage.
Yeah. But basically, the new J. Cole album, what did y'all think of it?
Do y'all want me to go first?
You can go ahead.
So, I'm a big J. Cole fan.
Okay.
I'm talking about back to the mixtapes. Big J. Cole fan. And so, you know, I'm very familiar with his sound. I think he is a master storyteller. Mm-hmm. And I think you hear that storytelling in every single album. And so on this album, I thought he, again, mastered storyteller. But this is where I got to criticize. I think it was just way too many tracks. I think there were just way too many songs. You know how Chris Brown puts 50 songs on his album?
Yeah.
I think that this wasn't necessarily an efficient album. Mm-hmm. I think, again, way too many songs. And to be honest, I prefer the first half of the album over the second half. Yeah. We can debate that, but I don't know. I think, is it the second? One of the halves. I can't remember. I think it's the first. I can't remember.
I like
what
the first half.
I also like
there's one half that I prefer over the other. And so, yeah, I just think that it was just too many songs. I love J. Cole, but there were too many filler songs. Some should have stayed in the ball. Mm-hmm. And so that's where I am now. Too many songs, Jay. And as a big J. Cole fan, I was looking for a little bit more. I'm not gonna lie. I was looking for a little bit more. I've been debating with my friends because they are also big J. Cole fans. They disagree with me, but I wanted a little bit more classic J. And I don't know if I loved it sonically. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. Like, thinking about the production, I'm not sure if I was in love with it. So what do y'all think?
Maddie, you can go ahead.
It was just okay. I feel like he is a great storyteller. I'm not sure if I love his sound. Not for any specific reason, just my ears.
Preference.
Yeah. I didn't like the second half. It was too long. I was like, is it done yet? I'm just neutral on it. He's a great storyteller. I haven't really listened to his music. I've heard his big songs. Mm-hmm. I did the track with Erykah Badu because I love her.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm just neutral on it.
Yeah.
To be honest.
The way I feel about this album is kind of the way I feel about J. Cole as a whole.
Uh-oh.
It's kind of at a point, you're going to be mad at me for this. It's gotten to a point where, alright, so for some context, I started writing music in 2019. Mm-hmm. And at the time, my huge inspirations were Kendrick, J. Cole, Earl Sweatshirt, and honestly some other lyrical, spiritual, miracle individual guys. So I was obsessed with that sort of lane at the time. And it's just it feels like J. Cole is incredibly consistent. He's a great writer. Nobody can take that away from him.
Absolutely.
But the production, it's when people try and make I have some friends that make music and love to rap, and one thing that I find I don't know, there's more ways to make a great song than just rapping your ass off on every track.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
you can do so much more with the music itself. You can be a great rapper, but like, are you gonna? Because like the production, like you said, like how it sounds sonically across the album, it just, there aren't that many things that are interesting about it, honestly.
Yeah.
And then you have, I mean, the hooks are not. I'm kind of ripping on this album right now.
No, go.
But like, the hooks are not very good.
Yes.
Like, he's got bars. We know that. But, like, let me look at the track list real quick, because...
No, I completely agree with you, because I think, like, only one song for me was catchy, and it is, I want to make sure I get this right, it is Old Dog. Like, and that's on the second half.
Old Dog is a banger.
Or Who the F Is You. Like, that's catchy. But, yeah, I agree, because... My top 3 J. Cole albums are 2014 Forest Hills Drive, of course, Cold World, A Sideline Story, and Born Center. And I think Born Center was just incredible, just sonically, production-wise. And so I was just disappointed, so I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wonder, like, maybe songwriting. J. Cole's songwriting, like, producing for other people.
Maybe that's something for him, is what you're saying, like ghostwriting, kind of, in a sense.
Because he is, like, such a good storyteller.
Incredible storyteller.
So I wonder, like...
Yeah.
Or just get better producers.
That too.
But be more creative. But the thing is, like, it's in him, though. Like, you're a J. Cole. I don't know what your favorite J. Cole albums are, but, like, Born Center, what are we talking about?
Born Center's got some great songs on it. For me, probably, my favorite J. Cole album is probably For Your Eyes Only.
Really?
Yeah.
I like it. Again, I don't think that he has too many bad albums. But, yeah, it's a good album.
I think what makes J. Cole, like, I mean, great writer. Gotta say, like, I don't think he is, like, he deserves the spot he's in, but I think, like, what I like about For Your Eyes Only is it's one of the rare times where J. Cole gets a little artsier.
For sure. He's really creative.
Yeah,
Really creative.
I don't think on stuff like The Fall Off or The Off Season or KOD, he doesn't really, it's not inventive.
Yeah.
You can write, but...
Yeah. I mean, he's been gone for what, like 10 years since his last album?
It's been a while.
Another one?
No, 4.
4?
Oh. It's been a while. Well,
Well,
yeah, the 2014 Forest Drive was before that, so yeah.
okay. Just like, yeah, if you're on like a little hiatus, I feel like pushing the envelope of something, like, I don't know, there was something that really stood out to me, like, I don't really, like, remember much, like.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah,
like...
I don't know.
Yeah, like, that's kind of a transition that I had, like I said, like, from, like, 2019 when I loved J. Cole and I paid so much attention to the lyrics and whatever. But, like, an artist I really respect today, I don't even like all the music that he puts out, but, like, you never know what you're going to get, is JPEG Mafia. You ever listen to him?
No, I haven't.
Oh my gosh. We gotta send each other more music. But, okay. I really want to talk about individual songs on The Fall Off.
Yeah, talk about it.
We have, I mean, Who the F Is You? When I hear that song, I just think, like, it seems like something that they would play in, like, it reminds me of, like, a mom driving to work or something. Like, about to fire herself up.
Maybe I'm the mom then, because I thought it was cool. I was like, oh, this is a cute song. I can listen to this. I liked it, kind of.
Like, if there was a clean version, it would be in a car commercial.
I hate the way you put that. Now that really makes the song rudimentary, like very elementary. So I don't even have anything to come back with.
Well, I mean, I think I love the second half of it. And also, I mean, I just don't like the hook. The hook is so lazy.
It is lazy. I'll give you that. It's very, very lazy. Like, that's one of my biggest issues. Like, just the lack of creativity all across the board. Like, yes, he's doing great with the storytelling, but the hooks is where he needs to get creative. And sonically, just sonically lazy.
Yeah. Another one, I'm going to get to the parts that I like.
Okay, yeah.
But the let out, the hook on that, oh my god.
How's it go?
First listen, I loved it. The production's great. It's got that, like, Spanish rock sample in the beginning. But the hook is literally, oh, will we survive the let out? Will we survive the let out? Will we survive the let out? Literally, it's, what are we doing, man?
Oh my god.
That's like a song I like sing to my cat when I'm like trying to get him to do something. That's the melody I come up with.
Come on, Jay. Come on, Jay.
And, also the production on the song is awesome. It's a very it's a very polished song. On the first listen, I was like, okay, I like this. This might be my favorite song on the album. But then he makes the song 5 minutes long, and he does this like storytelling, like almost like R. Kelly Trapped in the Closet type thing of like trying to be like I don't somebody like at the club wants to hurt him, but then he doesn't get hurt.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my god, that's so crazy.
I'm so mad you said R. Kelly Trapped in the Closet, because that's the type of storytelling he was trying to do.
Yeah, and like I wanna like it, but it just saying the chorus has one line, and he makes the song like another 90 seconds long to say that one line like 16 more times.
Oh my goodness.
Oh wow.
And it is. The Let Out is my least favorite J. Cole song
Ever.
in the whole discography.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any comments before we move on to another one?
No, because my thing is, I'm just disappointed in my guy. So I'm just really over here hurt, because like you said, I want to like it. I really do. But I can't be biased here. It's just not. It's not it. So the same way you said you hope Baby Keem gives you something else, even though we know J. Cole won't. But I still want something else.
I think J. Cole's gonna come back with something. He just can't help it. Whenever artists say they're retiring, they always unretire.
Yes.
Like
Tiana Taylor.
Yes. My favorite on the album is Lonely at the Top.
Okay.
That song is awesome.
And it's a bonus track. So we barely got it.
Yeah, it's this was a Lucy. You have this was the last song on the first half of the album.
Okay. Okay.
And that's the one where he's really talking about like how people.
Lonely at the Top.
Yeah. He's talking about how people that were like leaders of hip hop, like bringing them up again, sorry.
Yeah.
That were leaders of hip hop, like Kanye West, even to an extent, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole talks about how like people are falling out of love with the sport of hip hop, he thinks. And like he says like if they were just like he says, this is paraphrasing, but he was like, if they would just like listen to me and how like passionate this is, like we could run the game and fall in love with this again, and then maybe I'd have somebody I want to be again. And it's like, damn, I feel that.
So you were listening to the words.
Oh yeah.
You were listening to the lyrics. So that's why that's your favorite song, because of the lyricism and what he's saying?
Yeah, I love how real it is, because it's, I think, a very real, relatable topic. Like as you get older with anything, no matter what your passion is, you are, I mean, I think the phrase "never meet your heroes" is a little like melodramatic, but like it's kind of like that, like how the world changes, and it's like, am I getting old and stuck in my ways? Because clearly, like, I think one thing across this is like he loves lyricism and all of this stuff, and I think to the modern ear, sometimes you want more craziness going on production-wise. And I think it's very real and, like, indicative of what the album is, which I really respect.
Yeah. I love that. I love how you broke that down.
Thank you. So, yeah, the second half of the album, you guys both said you liked the first half more.
It's one of the halves. I just know I don't like it all. I know I like one half and I hate the other. Yeah,
so the second half is pretty redundant. I think Old Dog, banger.
But it's very similar to a song in the first half. Because I remember I was listening to a song in the first half and I was like, wait, I thought I just heard this when Old Dog came on. But then I went and it's the exact same sonically.
I think it's Old Dog and 2-6.
Okay.
Also, quick shout out to the Run a Train song with Future. That song's great. But yeah, the first couple songs on the second half of the album, you have Life Sentence, Only You, Man Up Above, and I Love Her Again. and it just felt like too many songs about his wife in a row. Like,
why can't he love his wife?
I mean, he can love his wife. That's awesome. I'm happy for you, J. Cole. But like, I don't know, man. That's like 4 5-minute songs about like falling in love and like sticking with it through the ups and downs in a row. And
too much.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's just too much. And then you have I Love Her Again. It's technically not about his wife. It's about his relationship with hip hop. But like, also, okay, I Love Her Again and What If. I Love Her Again is the same thing as Common's I Used to Love Her, except it's from J. Cole's perspective. And then What If is he's rapping from the perspective of Tupac and Biggie, and like it's like if they had just like set aside their differences and what happened wouldn't have happened. They wouldn't have. They would still be here today.
Mm-hmm.
And while like like my heart goes out to the families of Biggie and Tupac, and I wish they were still here today. But like I feel like that's just 2 songs and 2 ideas that we have been hearing forever.
Yeah.
Again, lazy.
Yeah, it's
not innovative.
yeah.
No.
Yeah. I completely agree with you on that.
Mhm.
I mean, the album is called The Fall Off, so
It's good. J. Cole fans are gonna be
They are
livid
going to
with
hate
this
us, and the
review.
crazy thing is, I am a J. Cole fan.
Yeah, me too.
A long-standing J. Cole fan. I just cannot be biased here. I hope this is not him falling off, but this album is not standing up to what we expected. So I'm really disappointed here.
Quick Stop is also a great song. I liked Quick Stop a lot.
Second half.
Yep.
Okay. I'll have to listen again. It was one of those like, first listen, I'm like, yeah, no, and then the second listen, I'm like, okay, I'm feeling a little bit of it. So I'll listen to it a third time to really focus in on the songs that you like.
Okay, yeah. Oh my gosh. 2 more things.
Yeah.
We glossed over these.
Yeah, so she can go.
I got a high point and a low point. Safety, great song. Love the production. It feels very boom bap hip hop, but still modern. Very cool how he talked about his perspective on like certain societal things changing, and like things that he grew out of. And then you have Legacy, which is it. Like we talked about earlier, like with the Jill Scott album, like we were talking about, like sometimes artists will bring in a different sound and it's just not in their wheelhouse and it feels forced. Legacy is the epitome of that, in my opinion. Like he's like J. Cole hears a guitar on a song and starts singing texting you, and it's like
I know that song.
Like this sounds ridiculous, man.
It does.
Like.
And like, granted, like I do kind of love when J. Cole sings a little bit, but with that one, it just no. It's a no.
Texting you. I'm sorry, J. Cole. Like, that's another hook. It's like, oh my God, put your soul into it.
Yeah. So it's safe to say we were all relatively disappointed in J. Cole.
Yeah. I think one disclaimer also, it could be like, while we are disappointed in J. Cole, or at least I'm speaking for myself here, the bar for J. Cole is pretty high.
Yes, that's important. Important point. Yes, it is.
The bar was high, yeah.
Absolutely. Because J. Cole is one of my favorite rappers, personally. So the bar is always high. So he didn't hit my bar, but doesn't mean, like we said, lyrically it was great. Like for the most part.
He did his
other
thing.
than the hooks, outside of the hooks.
Right.
Yeah. He told the stories.
Yeah. So I would give the Fall Off probably, as it currently stands, a good 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
I'd give it like a 5.
Dang!
But like you guys are like J. Cole fans and I'm
5 is fair though, because I'm very close to 5.
It's just like okay.
As a J. Cole fan, I have to give it a 6 to 6.5. I have to, because I just expect more out of him sonically. It's not like I haven't heard anything great from him sonically. I know he can give me better production. I know he can give me better hooks.
Yeah.
And so I have to give him a D.
Yeah, and that's one thing. Like with J. Cole's production, I often forget that he produces a lot of songs. Like he produced "Hurt Feelings" by Mac Miller. If y'all know that song, the production on that song is awesome. So, yeah. I hope we can get more exciting production in the future.
Yeah. About Fingers, he's a family guy. He has a wife. He has kids.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe, a lot to balance.
That's true.
Yeah.
Lots to juggle.
But, alright, does that conclude the first episode of the Everything Under the Sun podcast?
It does. We're a wrap.
Heck yeah. Well, thank you for watching. This has been the Everything Under the Sun podcast. I'm Taff with
I'm
Dr. G.
Maddie.
Heck yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you for episode 2.